because I pushed the wrong button. But there we go.
You did it.
Now we're there.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. If you would like to be a part of the show, text line is 800-905-0989. No, I still don't have it memorized. Maybe someday. That's 800-905-0989. If you would like to send us a text, please start your text with flaccid, just because. Use as many C's, Z's, S's. However, as long as I know it's flaccid, then I'm all right with it, because it's a flaccid kind of night. Want to also tell you that we are live on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, and on that Twitch. That's what it is. At either 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. So check us out there. You've already heard our special guest, but I'll give him his proper intro in just a moment. I want to thank you all for taking this long when you're going to Hither. Okay, so here's the thing about Hither. All right, you get to Hither, things are happening, things are good. Looking around, you're having a good time, and you're like, okay, Hither ain't enough for me. I got to go thither. So you went from hither to thither. You get to thither, things are even better, and you're like, okay, do I have yon in me? Do I have yon in me? You do have yon in you. You should go from hither to thither to yon, and then parts unknown or back home. And here's the thing about it. We keep you company, because your mover, you're a shaker when you're doing it. You're not going to stay very long. That's unfashionable. You would be frowned upon by people like Rob Brown if you stayed at the party more than 20 minutes. I mean, you jump in, you make your appearance, you jump out, you head to the next place. That's what you do. And we're here. We're your wingman. We're helping you out, because we are there for you. That's what we are.
Should I go get my suit?
Yeah, the white one. The thing is, if you are looking to hear about politics, you're at the wrong place. All right. We don't do that here. We talk about pop culture. We talk about things. Listen, we're gonna delve into some stuff that we don't normally delve into. No, actually, we delve into it. We're gonna delve deep into stuff like that dude who put up that statue in San Francisco. We're delving deep. If you don't know, then you need to look that up. On today's show, we are talking about signs of the impending apocalypse. We've got Dragon Ball Daima and Daredevil Born Again. We're going to look at that. AI Takeover. We've got some flaccid stories. We're going to talk some video games, including South of Midnight, Nerd Roundtable, Mission Impossible trailer, some Peacemaker, some other stuff like that. But first of all, before we get to any of that, let me tell you that Odie is once again at a special gathering. We don't know where it is. We don't know if it has to do with Dubai. We don't know if it has to do with leprechauns. We don't know if it has to do with penguins.
I'm still not at liberty to share those details.
Yeah, I don't know why you know and we don't. But you are someone that goes to many gatherings, and maybe that's why.
I'm part of the gathering of gatherings.
Okay, a society of gatherings, the SOG, maybe.
No, it's the gathering of gatherings, because we really wanted to emphasize that it's a higher level of gathering.
It's the GOG. Okay, so
is it a gathering to enforce other gatherings or to organize other gatherings, or is it like the best gathering?
Yes.
You could say. Oh,
yeah, all of the above.
So you gather to enforce gathering, or
we dictate the gathering with yes.
You really lost the plot there.
I lost the plot a little bit.
Yeah, gee, I wonder why. You lost the plot because someone did something. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Rob Brown is here with us.
What'd I do? I didn't do anything.
Oh, what a noob.
What did I do?
Total noob. Classic noob.
You had your audio up and it went over the air.
Yes.
That's what you did.
I don't even have a laptop over here. How was it on my?
Yeah, it was.
It's a tablet.
All right. It was
Right,
a
it
tablet.
definitely was
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
and I was
so-
100% trying to get away with that.
Yeah, we all heard it.
Yeah,
By the way,
I
let
heard
me introduce the people who are here. Matt Kazi is here.
That's me. Wow, I'm here. Cool.
Yes, cool.
What's up, guys?
Cameron is here.
What's up, guys?
And special, once or twice a year, we get Rod Brown from the Rod Brown Show. And so Rod is here today.
Hot Rod!
And I want to say welcome to Rod. If you don't know who he is, North Carolina and Georgia, because we go to all those.
Why aren't you wearing a kilt?
I just want to let me introduce him as a multiple time winner of the South Carolina Broadcasters Association Sports Show of the Year. So there you go.
We collectively, as a duo, are multi-time winners of the South Carolina Sports Talk Radio Show of the Year award.
Yeah, hopefully after Monday that continues. You never know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's
we're just one bad joke away from being traded somewhere else. But
Listen,
that's
I did an
that's
entire segment on Bryson DeChambeau's golf balls on Friday,
Yes.
and I'm, as of right now, still employed, so we're fine. We're good.
Here's the best part about this. He didn't listen to this show, so we're good. We're good.
So I can talk about Bryson DeChambeau's
Well, we got
soft golf balls.
some other stuff that may be similar to that later.
Mhm,
All right,
mhm,
Texter says flaccid. Thank you, Texter. Texter says Odie is awesome. Big fan. Yeah, don't act like you miss him. Don't act like you miss him. Texter says love Rob Brown from hockey. Yeah.
For the record, that's not my phone number.
That's-
Okay, I did not text that to me.
That's pretty much all he does. Rob Brown from hockey.
I got a job or two.
Yeah,
you know?
just a 37. Yeah. Let's go to the stream. Chris says, what? Rob Brown? I'm guessing there was supposed to be a comma there. There's not what Rob Brown.
What?
Because there's more than one Rob. What? Which? Who?
I mean, in fairness, there are 3 in my family, so it's a valid question.
Yeah, but are you an Esquire?
No, my brother is.
Okay.
I'm an idiot with a microphone.
Okay. Chris says, is this really Rob Brown or Odie in a Rob Brown mask? Here's the thing. It could be, but we've all heard Odie's American accent.
I'm gonna go
Unless
really
he got
hard
a
to
lot
say.
better at it.
What is worse, his American or my Irish?
His American.
Really? Oh, I feel good
Yeah.
about. Wow, that's a confidence boost I didn't know I needed, but we'll take.
No,
It's not a compliment to you.
yeah.
It's it's
His-
It's a crack on him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his stoner voice isn't bad though. I don't know. It may have something to do with experience. Oh, see, Chris says I'm gonna do this without proofreading. Every time I see Rob Brown, I feel he needs to be in body armor or a Freeman suit. The wall wants you, Rob.
Clearly,
does.
the wall does not want me,
Yes.
or if it does, it's like me when I talked to cheerleaders in high school. It can't have me.
Wow, that's hurtful. And they're looking
To
at
me,
you.
it's okay.
No, they're looking and go, man, I could have.
Oh, they all regret it now. I grew
Well,
up to
they
be
should.
dead sexy. They missed out.
There you
So,
go.
Rob, you're after all the Nintendo Switch 2 pricing stuff. I really, whatever you're on right now, I need some of that copium.
What I'm on right now is that I have not joined the Switch movement, predominantly because I know if I go and I buy one, I will never be productive again. Right now, I can limit the gaming to the bro cave with the Xbox, and it's like I have to leave that room at some point, and I can kind of chop it up. If I'm able to sit on the turlet with my gaming console, I'm never getting anything done ever again.
As someone who has taken his Switch into the bathroom with him on numerous occasions, I understand.
Yeah, and if anybody says they haven't, they're a gosh darned dirty liar.
Oh, without a doubt. I was
Yeah.
waiting for some admission from Matthew, and we got it. All right, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're talking dire wolves. Listen to the Upstate Pulse right on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolina.
You know nothing, Lon Snow.
For those who watched that show, I would be one of the ones who didn't care for the incest. But anytime I bring that up,
It was a hard no, the incest.
some people got mad at me, even some people on the station, because I'm like, yeah, I'm just not for the incest. It's like episode 1 or 2. I mean, it's
Well,
like,
it's incest immediately followed by attempted child murder.
well, there's that, yes. And that dude went on to like win everything, right? Technically,
Bren the Broken.
yeah. He's like the dude on the Iron Throne, right? Or whatever.
He ends the series because the writers should be eligible for capital punishment. Because Tyrion Lannister just forgets everything he ever said that was positive for 7 seasons. I'm not bitter.
He's not. He's not bitter.
He's better. He walked out. I'm sure when he gets back, he will answer that.
What if he gets lost?
Gee, I wonder who sent that.
A very obvious Odie message.
Yes, there's no way it would not be him. It's a good thing he sent it on the text line where no one could go, huh, that number looks familiar.
Completely anonymous
Of course.
and not covered in green.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers.
I'll try to get to that, Scott, because I'm interested in opinions. Because, man, I read that thing was going to bomb, and it did not.
Minecraft movie?
Yeah, it did not bomb at all.
It is entirely succeeding off of meme culture, and I think that is hilarious.
What's wrong with that? I mean, you make a movie to make money, and the movie is making the money that they needed to make to go ahead and greenlight 2. Just because you don't want to go see it. Hey, I don't like Minecraft because squares. I mean, I'm too cool for squares. I just can't. Yeah. So
It's very funny that because even the people that are going and having a fun time, it is unanimously agreed this is a horrible movie, but it's solely based off of
I haven't seen
everybody's
it.
going
I
because of
haven't
the
seen
theater
unanimous.
experience.
It's not unanimous. It's unanimous on what you're looking at. What I'm looking at. I don't see unanimous. I see people really liking the movie and not.
I
just
see
the
like
thing.
2-year-olds liking the movie because moving picture, but no, like I have
All right.
almost unanimously seen that.
Who's the prime audience is it made for?
How many 2-year-olds did you talk to?
Yeah, I know. I mean, we know
Well,
you're a reporter.
what's your
Are you out
sample
there?
size of
I mean, did you go to the
We
mall?
know you're a reporter.
We know. Did you go to the mall? It's like, excuse me, man.
I don't like that implication. No, but
Hi,
Yes,
Matthew
Matthew, your
Causey.
assignment is to go to the mall and talk to 2-year-olds.
Hi, Matthew Causey, WORD. What'd you think about the Minecraft movie?
Followed by one papa.
Could you speak in a clear sentence, please?
no, but it's just a bad movie. It's really it's not
See,
even the so bad it's good.
I can't say it's a bad
solely
movie because
based-
I haven't seen it.
It's solely based
Haven't
off
seen it.
of the theater experience because the theater experience is hilarious because anytime that Jack Black says anything Minecraft, everybody immediately erupts in uproarious applause because that's the meme. That's the joke.
All right, that is our signs of the impending apocalypse theme. Way back in the day, 20-something years ago, Russ Castle used to have a segment called Signs of the Impending Apocalypse. We'd bring them out on occasion to talk about the end of all things. And I love that segment, so continue on. Do we do it every week? No, there are signs out there, but some of them are not as significant as the couple that I have today. First of all, they brought back dire wolves, but they didn't entirely. I mean, they brought back wolves with what they believe has dire wolf. I mean, they found like a mosquito thing with DNA, and then they
Describing Jurassic Park.
but they spared
you
no
are.
expense when they did it. So that means that it worked. A Dallas-based biotech startup Colossal Biosciences has successfully resurrected the ancient dire wolf using ancient DNA. Twice in the story, man. That must be real. And CRISPR gene editing, resulting in the birth of 3 living dire wolves named Romulus, Remus, and Khaleesi. Gotta watch out for that last one. The company's mission of de-extinction aims to bring back extinct species and protect endangered ones with a focus on conservation. A dire wolf project, which has raised over $225 million in funding, is part of Colossal's larger goal to make extinction optional and inspire the next generation of scientists through the intersection of science, news, and pop culture, because that's important. Despite concerns from some scientists and ethicists.
Ethicists.
That's I said
No,
that's what I said.
let him struggle.
I said ethicists. I said ethicists.
I mean, I could be wrong in my pronunciation.
No, you
too.
know
Are you
it.
speaking
By the way,
Parson tongue, or
has anyone ever seen that word before? I know it's a word. I know what it means. Yeah, you would. Colossal's groundbreaking work represents a significant advancement in genetic technology and conservation efforts. Now, here's the thing. They did this, and I think with good intentions, Rob Brown. I think very good intentions to look at extinct species and go, you know what, the world needs to see what these are. There's no way you could bring back an entirely extinct species of anything. There's no way. At least I don't believe so until we find Lazarus pits or something.
Okay,
Pop
this is
culture.
the single most challenging thing in my career might be to talk about this and not do it for the entire rest of your show.
It's such an interesting topic.
It's so
What?
fascinating.
Well, you have
from
no
every
mic control,
perspective.
so
I know.
so-
So I'm going to do my best until I see Lonzo start to reach for the button.
That's okay. When you hop off from him turning off your mic, my mic will still be on.
Beautiful. I love that.
I mean,
So
Eventually, the talking
I could
con
tell-
will be over in mine.
I could turn everybody off and go to a best of. I could do that.
What?
Anyhow.
what happened here was they found DNA, which did make it through the fossilized skull of a direwolf. They took 20 genes, specific genes from the strain of DNA, and then they injected it into the embryo of gray wolves, which they then impregnated a dog with. The dog successfully gave birth to the 3 wolves. They are not dire wolves. They are gray wolves that have 3 genetic signatures of the dire wolf. It is, I read on this for over 2.5 hours the day we talked about it on our show.
It took you 2.5 hours?
No, I just kept going back
really,
for more.
really big words.
Like ethicists. So I went and I looked, and basically what it is they turned on these genes just to see if they could get the gene expression. This same company, do you remember the story about the woolly mice from a handful of months ago?
I do not. 'Cause
Okay.
I remember that.
I think we would have talked about woolly mice.
So they also took genetic markers from woolly mammoth DNA and injected them in mice. And what they were able to do was to create mice in which the expression of the gene that created the fur of a woolly mammoth grows. And so they took these mice, and now they have mice with woolly mammoth coats on them.
Ooh,
You
I
can
gotta look
Google
that up.
woolly mice. It's actually pretty fascinating. But effectively, what this company has been doing for a number of years now is that experiment with different combinations of extinct and contemporary animals. And what they do, and I applaud them for this because it is sheer genius and brilliance, is they do it. They put out the press releases that just kind of vaguely sprinkle in the actual science of what they did because they know the media is going to run with, oh, dire wolves are back. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're gray wolves with some genetic markers of a dire wolf. But when they write the story and everybody goes, oh, we brought back dire wolves, what happens? All this attention goes in, and a bunch of people who would not have otherwise invested in this company are like, I want to be a part of the company that brings back the dire wolf. So people start buying investments and buying in, and then this company takes all that in investment and they actually put it towards other types of scientific research that they do. Genetics research, pharmaceutical research, et cetera, et cetera.
Exactly.
And they do it for what this company actually does. This is effectively, and I think it's cool, just so we're clear. It's, I almost said a bad word. It's BA. It's cool. It's awesome. And I love it. But it's a publicity stunt for the scientifically illiterate. I say that with all due respect. It's a publicity stunt for the scientifically illiterate to get very excited about and then fund what this company does in real life.
Lovingly, because
No.
all 4 of us are scientifically illiterate because we do not have doctorates in these fields.
And neither does he. But he was pointing.
Correct.
He was pointing at Cameron when he said
No,
that.
I
And
was
that's just-
doing my
I was very-
broad.
Of the one person
There's
in
this
here,
one hand.
I was
yeah.
pointing at Rob.
Yeah.
I
My
did
broad
to
genetic
everybody and then
hinges.
ended on Rob.
One
Right.
guy who actually kind of has a science degree, like over there. But,
Right.
but that's the guy.
So-
who
But,
pointed
no,
at.
But you're
evidently.
not a geneticist. That's a very different field
Right.
from what
No,
you do.
I know.
As far as you know.
That's also
I might
fair.
have side hustles.
So it basically is a really cool publicity stunt for them to raise funding that they then channel into other scientific fields that are more beneficial for the company and for the company who benefits from the company.
All right. So Rob is saying no ill will come from this. I have a question for Matthew though.
Yes.
When they bring back the dodo, what bird are they going to mix the genes with for the dodo?
I'm not
what's one?
sure what the closest genetic relatives of the dodo would be specifically, but whatever the closest genetic relatives are,
I'm calling turkeys.
See, I'm going to go flamingo.
A flamingo?
Yeah, why
I'd
not?
be very surprised.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's probably like an
The
ostrich
Nicobar
or
pigeon.
an ostrich or maybe an emu or something.
I would also like to point out as a science nerd in the room, one of the science nerds in the room, but the science nerd in the room who spent far too much time that I'm proud to admit on this topic, if you bring back any bird and you put it into another bird, you have not brought back that bird. You have created a hybrid of that bird with another bird. Ergo, you have not de-extincted anything.
By the way, this is why Rob is so good at parties.
I'm the best at parties.
That's why all the cheerleaders really wanted to talk.
Can you
There
tell?
we go. There we go.
I'm also, and this is the important part about all this, correct.
Wow.
Here's the thing. I don't want them to bring back the dire wolves because I spent a lot of time making sure they weren't around. Dadgummit.
Also, can we talk about the
put
fact
a lot
that
of work into that.
they named one
They ain't my
Khaleesi?
buddies.
Which I pointed out. I don't
No, I know
if
that.
you're listening.
I know
I'm
that.
just saying, yeah,
They named
so-
one Khaleesi.
Yeah.
There were 9 characters who had dire wolves, and you went with the one who had no connection to a dire wolf.
Well,
Yep.
I'm just curious because I mean I guess I could read the article, but was that particular wolf a female?
Khaleesi was the name
No,
of
I'm talking-
Daenerys Targaryen.
Yeah, no, I know who it is.
Okay. Oh, it was the actual wolf. Actually,
But if the wolf was a female, they got to name it as a and they
Yeah, but
probably
could've
went.
named it Arya.
Yeah, no, they went for the hottest.
or Sansa. Okay, for the record, I want it on the record. Sansa was every bit as hot as Daenerys Targaryen. Anybody who thinks differently, we need to have a conversation. But there were 4 dire wolves that were females in the show. Pick one of the actual female dire wolves to name it after. What are we doing?
I'm just I'm glad that the scientists are they recognize beauty. All right, let us go to the text line. Text line, by the way, 800-905-0989. Let's see. Texter says, I'm trying to send eggplants, thousands and thousands of eggplants. By the way, I'm a better stoner than Rod is Orish. So I'm guessing that would be the guy who's at a special gathering. That would be Odie. Let's see. On the stream, Goose wants to know, are Matthew and Rob related?
I mean, honestly, it could
Not
be.
by blood.
There's similar output. There is, but Matthew can't grow that kind of beard. You've already said that. So it's not like I'm making fun of or anything.
I'm trying to imagine him with it.
I want them to bring back the dodo. I think Tasmanian devil was another thing that was mentioned. Or do they still have those already? I don't know. There was
That's
something.
extinct.
Every available extinct creature. And you're going dodo bird?
Yes.
Why?
Because as a kid, as a child, as a youth, the first extinct animal that I ever heard of was a dodo.
Okay.
It's because it's a stupid looking bird and it's played up in media, I think.
I think so too.
I think
Like,
it showed up on Bewitched a bunch.
I mean, again, like, fine.
They kept
but-
bringing the dodo back, and then they would, if I recall, be like, I think it was her weird uncle, and she'd be like, stop doing that. That thing's not supposed to exist anymore, or something. I don't know. So from an since ethicists were consulted, do you believe this is ethical? And if so, I'm gonna start with Cameron. Do you believe this is ethical? And what are the benefits of doing such thing?
Well, that's a lot to tackle.
Yeah, but we got an hour.
I'm
and a
aware of
half, so, you know,
Yeah, we got another hour and a half to get on this topic.
Well, I mean, obviously,
I apologize, son, but he brings out the mean in me. Go ahead.
well, then I'll have to show why I'm the meaner one. So in a lot of ways, science and practice gives a lot more training and like a lot more breakthroughs. So by practicing and going through and doing all of this stuff, we'd be able to.
No, go ahead.
I know what you're shaking your
yeah.
head at. It's like, no, stay off.
Hey, you're not here, okay? All right, go ahead, Cameron.
Enjoy not being here.
Come on, have a break to take. Let's go.
All right. Basically, you take the time to work out all these problems, try to set a solution for yourself, and you work your way to it. By doing this, they open themselves up to being able to do other things and getting a little bit more skilled at genetic editing and such. Whether or not they should do it,
All right.
But
no, go ahead. Come on.
But as far as like this goes, it's kind of gray. I mean, I don't see like necessarily a bad idea.
Yeah,
Because it's not bringing back like dire wolves themselves. They're making them look like dire wolves to a degree.
See, I don't have a problem with it as long as they don't make the dinosaurs, bigger and
If they go with
stronger
something,
dinosaurs.
yeah, if they start making things that could kill people,
They,
a lot
they should
easier.
just. I'm sure Rob would appreciate this. They should just make the ones that spit out the poison and killed Newman. just Just those. You can bring those back.
For the record, that was not an accurate representation of that particular dinosaur.
Actually, that was not accurate.
Would you like to move your glasses
It was
up?
it was Dilophosaurus, and a Dilophosaurus was more closely the size of a chicken. It did not have the frilled neck.
That would have been
Wow.
funnier if there was like a pack
Wow.
of those. Just all
Well,
colliding
they're-
into that
they're-
car.
Taking notes, Matthew.
There were
Taking
the
notes?
what was the other one? Ichthyomimus, which was the little one in Jurassic Park 3 that didn't eat the little girl on the beach at the beginning, but totally did. What was the other one? Oh man, now I
the
feel
real
like
big one.
I felt like a loser because I can't remember all my tiny dinosaur
That's
names.
exactly what people are
Yep,
thinking.
yep.
All right, you listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Chris. We should.
I don't know, man. I mean, that's the next step, technically.
Yeah,
I
was worried about bringing that up. It's like, no, we shouldn't do that.
Well, speaking of that, we're gonna move on to zombies when we come back. So, I mean, that exactly works. I mean, because if
All right, that conversation was the only reason I came in. I'll see you guys. We didn't even get to the deep philosophy part. I thought this was a philosophy show.
So true.
so many
true.
voices, so little time. I mean,
Can we, genetically speaking, bring back Leonard Skinner?
that's what
That's what we were
we're-
laughing at. Yeah.
Dude, he's usually like
I thought
just
you
a
were
little bit
laughing at
behind.
Odie's comment.
Oh no, we're
Odie, I reserve the right to speak and voice all of your opinions for you. Fire away. I will be your proxy.
You're a pretty good megaphone.
so. If you're gonna bring back Leonard Skinner, is that the first? I mean, wouldn't you bring back Elvis or
Any of
John
the
Lennon
Elvis is still
or? No, I think he's gone now. I think he lasted a while though. I think he's like died in Duluth.
Elvis ain't dead. He just went home.
Exactly. He was in Duluth and he died in Duluth of old age.
For the record, I'm absolutely team bring everything back. But finding a 100% complete DNA sequence, even if you're able to pull from.
What about T-Rex?
Not just Leonard, but Skinnerd is probably what you go to. Leonard and Skinnerd, bring them all back.
He just wants Leonard though.
I don't. That's not the first person. I mean, no offense to Leonard and a Skinnerd, but that's not.
What if we get Freebird Volume 2?
Yeah,
The even longer version.
no, just Leonard. Okay.
Who wants to bring Skinner back?
I'm not saying we won't revisit this, but I got other stuff I want to talk about. This is usually what happens over there. The loud leaves and it gets really quiet for a while.
Why does he do that?
I don't know.
What is he doing right now?
Exercising.
Jumping jacking? Is he jump?
No, what he's doing.
I screwed that. up.
No, what he's doing is he's going out there and he's setting up all these texts that he's going to fire off to the text line. It's going to look like other people who did it.
Okay.
And so he's out of the room so people won't see him on his phone texting. See? That's why he was holding it when he came back in. So-
Gotcha.
so-
Makes sense.
Some weird texts will just show up and they will all be pro his point and
all
all
various
different
burners.
because he's got burners. He's got a lot
Yeah.
of pockets. He's got burners
Yep,
everywhere.
for sure.
He's got some burners in the office.
I hide them.
Does it have like masking tape and it's just like Rob's fan number 1, Rob's fan number 2?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's why I keep them all straight. I actually pay to have all the phone numbers. So if you ever see 123 or 1111, 1112, 1113, etc.
Genetically bring back 1977. As long as I can go back there, I'm good. I'm the only person in the room who would have been alive in
You guys
1977.
haven't even met yet.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd have been 9 in
You would have been
1977.
a child. So.
Yeah. Oh, 9 was, well, it wasn't that great, but it was, didn't have that much pain. 9, I would have been having one of those rectangle recorders, tape recorders, making fake commercials.
Oh,
Yes. And using sound effects like dropping real chains onto the tape recorder microphone. Not thinking that it might break the tape recorder, but the effects were amazing. That's all I'm saying for a 9-year-old. We weren't allowed in the house. It's like daylight, go outside. Mom, have you seen the neighborhood? Go outside.
I've seen the neighborhood.
You learn to survive, man. That's what you do. You learn to survive. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Alonzo here, along with Matthew and Cameron and Rob Brown from the Rod Brown Show. If you have any comments about the dire wolf situation, or if you want to bring things back, like Chris wants to bring back Leonard Skinner, the people who were in Leonard Skinner, the ones who died in the plane crash. You know what? Bring back the Big Bopper. I mean, oh baby, that's what I like. Text line is.
Can we bring back Tupac?
that's for.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
Tupac.
It's a real good pick.
If you bring back Tupac, you got to bring back Biggie. And then the whole thing happens all over again.
Then it just repeats again.
All right, text line 800-905-0989. Another text for Rob Brown. Furries are going crazy over this dire wolf story too, as wolves are the second most common fursona.
Any comment on that?
What would your fursona be, Rob Brown?
Listen, I am known on our show as Liberob, the woke warrior, for a reason. I am a very live and let live your own lifestyle. Watch what you want to watch, eat what you want to eat, listen to what you want to listen to, romantically love who you want to love. You have my full support and advocacy, except furries. Y'all got to stop. Y'all went too far. Y'all took it too far. Y'all got to stop.
Well, it's so weird that you and Matthew have like the same stance on that.
Well, we may be related.
You might actually be brothers. All right. There's a society. There's a thing in North Carolina.
Are you trying to say, do we live in a society?
No.
Oh, that's
I said
the thing.
there's a
That's the
society.
thing.
The thing.
There's
yeah.
a society. The Zombie Research Society, which is was founded and works out of North Carolina, so they could hear us because we go all the way up to Charlotte. Those guys could be there. They have declared the safest place on Earth in case of a zombie apocalypse. Cameron, where do you think that is? Where's the safest place on Earth when the zombie apocalypse happens?
I'm going to guess it's going to be a desert.
That would be incorrect, Matthew.
Probably like Antarctica or something.
That would be incorrect. Rob Brown.
Technically also a desert.
Those places probably would
Well,
also
tundra.
be safe. Yes, but they have
It's a
their own
snow
perils.
desert.
Yes.
I mean, the answer is on a boat.
The answer is New Zealand. So New Zealand has been awarded the safest place to live if and when a zombie apocalypse happens. An island is the answer, by the way. But a small island, and according to all the research, New Zealand doesn't have a big population, a lot of places to hide, all that kind of stuff.
Also,
and
I'd like to chime in that the goose says it would be under the pyramids.
yes, well, which is
Whatever
almost
is
in
under the pyramids.
New Zealand. Because if you dig through the pyramids, you end up in New Zealand. That's what I heard. Research has looked at that.
Incorrect, but keep going.
Yeah, I know.
I'm here to ruin everyone's fun.
So New Zealand also has their own satellite system that handles their internet. And so they're very self-sufficient. So I don't know how we get there when the zombie apocalypse happens. I don't know why they need that. But I mean, they want to communicate with each other and maybe know what's going on in the world. But the zombie apocalypse happens. New Zealand is where to go.
I would say, though, that the fact that this article came out immediately drops New Zealand down, because now everybody that read that article is going to go to New Zealand.
There's also a population of 5.5 million people in New Zealand. Like, if the answer is island, aren't you going somewhere like the Cook Islands, where the population's like 30? There's plenty of animals to harvest.
It's a zombie apocalypse, so who cares about the protected thing? You go to Galapagos.
I mean, fair, but that's the point, right? Like, I'm going to go ahead and say these people are just wrong. Now, granted, the problem is getting there, but if I have to get there, then every island becomes the same challenge. So why would I not go to, the Galapagos, where those turtles live like 190 years and they're big and full of meat?
There's that.
Those people are just wrong.
Unless there's a zombie turtle. And I don't know if there can be a zombie turtle.
If we're talking zombie creatures, then there's nowhere to go.
Maybe Cameron's is better. Going into the desert might be a little bit better. I mean, yes, there are creatures in the desert, but
True. I mean, you go to
they're a
place
little more
that's
sparse than
There's
you
a
go
lot
to a
of
place where
very dangerous creatures in the desert.
exactly, and then maybe they will get the
Say
zombies.
the desert feels like it's dangerous enough now, just right
Yeah.
now.
Well, that's the
I,
point.
I think the zombies would be the least of your
Yeah.
worries in the desert.
Zombies, I can at least see them coming forever. Scorpions are just in your shoes.
Yeah.
Look, if you're gonna live a harsh life, you might as well just batten down the hatches and go for it, man.
I don't know, man. I think I'm sticking. I think I'm sticking boat.
all right.
I can fish.
Texter says my house, Lonzo. Been prepping 15-ish years. Hey,
So is Lonzo.
there's nothing wrong with being ready. I mean,
Also, the worst place to be during a zombie apocalypse would be a city.
all right. Information collector said we saw that an island is the best place to hide in a zombie apocalypse in World War Z, which felt more like a zombie apocalypse simulation run. Absolutely, it did. Those are the scariest zombies ever because they didn't stumble around.
Are we going fast zombies or slow zombies? Like Romero zombies or 28 days later zombies? Because I feel like that kind of plays a role in
It definitely does.
Okay. Information collector says World War Z, they went to Greenland. So now we know what's going on. Now we know what's going on. We know. It's all prep work. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Well, then it's zombie land. I mean, you're just yeah.
It just feels to me like if I have a ladder, I'm good, right? Like just have a ladder and a place that it reaches the top of.
It's more about just like not getting snuck.
Yeah,
That's
for
the main
sure.
thing,
Yeah.
and not being surrounded. If
So
you
like if you're ready to go to sleep, just roof, and you're good.
it's a question of logistics over anything.
You also, but unless you have a lot of stuff to survive on, you got to come down at some point.
I don't disagree.
And then weather comes into play.
Sure.
And yeah, so
But
I
again,
mean, even if you're at your house, you're on your roof, you think you're good, you come down, you go in the window, something else came into your house and you didn't know. I don't know.
Gotta work on those reflexes. Make sure people are ready.
well, and I mean, I think I'm leaning big into my extensive Call of Duty training at that point as well, checking corners and whatnot. Because, like, again, slow zombies, theoretically, you should theoretically never get snuck up on by a slow zombie because they're not quiet. Like, there's no world in which they move unless you're asleep. And again, if I'm gonna go to sleep, I'm gonna make sure I'm in a zombie
Well,
proof.
you're going to have to go to sleep eventually.
Right,
so,
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like if I know I gotta go to sleep, I'm just getting on a roof.
By the way,
Good.
you know people don't pay attention sometimes.
Sure.
Situationally aware is totally different in a zombie apocalypse.
I don't
The
disagree.
people who are not, there's now
Don't you
zombies.
think if you,
Yes.
like I can see that being the case like in the first day or two of the zombie apocalypse where nobody's going on. But once you figure out it's a zombie apocalypse, at that point you're never guarded down.
Here's the thing. There's a couple people in this room who would be this way. Well, that's not scientifically possible.
No, I'm happy to have
To
some
a
fun
degree-
hypothetical conversation.
No, what I'm saying is the zombie apocalypse happens and you're too busy trying to figure out the science as to why that's not real. And then next thing you know, you're being it.
Again, I think it would be one of those
Unless
things where
you're cautious from a distance naysaying it. That's
I
not
would- I
real.
would like to come to the spot of if there is a zombie apocalypse going down and I see a zombie. Yes, my first thought is going to be like, "Oh, fentanyl is here," because have you seen those videos? They're weird. But if it became like clearly a zombie apocalypse, there would be firsthand verifiable proof and evidence of that you would go, "Oh, this is for real now." But
Wait, there's a goat island in Merle's Inlet? Matthew, is there a goat island in Merle's Inlet?
I don't know.
You're the only one here is from here. So I'm asking you.
Are you getting excited because you think there's a whole bunch of goats there?
If there's a
was that not everyone's first?
yes. Yeah, now I want to
Thought? Why
go.
would you call it Goat Island if there's not?
Dude.
You know,
Where-
you make a good
Oh,
argument.
maybe Tom Brady.
Hmm.
Eh.
Dude, when
Where
we go,
did the
when we
famous goats of Goat Island, South Carolina go?
when we go to the beach, we're right there.
Ex-Goat Island.
We're right there in Merle's Inlet. I'm telling you, we can just slide over there and see all the goats.
Goat Island in Charleston County, situated between Mount Pleasant and Isle of Palms on the Intercoastal, is only reachable by boat. Originally called Eagle Island, it was renamed after a couple and their herd of goats settled there in the 30s.
Wow.
Goat Island in Murrells Inlet, near Garden City Beach, is accessible by boat or kayak.
Told you.
Small island known for its resident goats, which can often be seen grazing. It's a popular spot for kayaking and wildlife observation.
Let's go get the kayaks.
Neat.
There's also a Goat Island in
We can't
Greenwood
do-
near 96.
Wait, there's a Goat Island in Greenwood.
And a Goat Island in Beaufort
They're
County.
bigger
Wow, we're
kayaks.
surrounded by Goat Islands.
There are 4 Goat Islands in South Carolina.
Wow.
Is it kayaks or
If there was
But
going to
only one
be,
of them has goats.
okay. I'm telling you, we're right by that place every summer when we go to the beach.
So that means let's go and kayak.
I can't kayak. I fit.
No, they're open kayaks.
Are there?
It's not like the thing where you got
All
to
right, all right.
stuff yourself in. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Upstate Pulse, where we
Oh,
would
yeah.
dance. Well, we would dance, but Odie's not here, so yeah.
Well, we've got one person dancing.
Well, and Matthew won't dance while Rob's here. So I mean,
Rob.
I don't dance, period.
yeah,
So
I
you
think we all know.
dance?
You know, speaking of which, I had a moment today. So Cameron and I both went and got our haircut. I know you missed it. Well, you didn't get a haircut. Oh, I did. I got 5 inches cut off. Trust me, I got a haircut. My head feels so much lighter.
Oh, I wish you were here right now, Odie.
Yeah. So while I was sitting there, because Cameron's appointment was before mine, where we went, they have like a checkerboard floor, and they're playing music in there. And then suddenly a dance song came on by Nelly or somebody. It's somewhat something that you go.
What was the song?
I don't remember.
Sing it for us.
I knew the song, but I forgot it already.
He says yeah a lot.
Was it "Yeah" by Usher and Lil Jon?
It is.
It could have
yeah,
been.
but
It could have
yeah,
been.
It was
So,
that one.
but here's the thing. It was they're basically no. Look. They were playing rock the entire time. Then that song came on, and immediately I thought, I'm gonna get up and dance. And it's like, what the heck is wrong with me? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna get up and so you see all this open checkerboard floor, and in my mind, I see myself jumping up, starting to dance, and everybody in the place starting to get down and sing the song and everything. And it's like, what is this? Is this what happens to me when I turn old? Everything becomes a musical? I don't know.
Well,
So have you ever
were
had
st-
the urge, Matthew,
If you
to
were
just get
still
up and
in high
dance?
school, that would have happened.
Well, yeah, because High School Musical.
Yeah.
Yeah. One,
that,
two,
that
three,
is
and 4 or
exactly how
something
high
like
school
that.
operates.
Also, didn't know, like I mean that was just the '80s in general.
You heard it,
You just
You heard the song. You were sitting
Oh,
there
I
getting your
felt the
haircut, and the difference in music, just suddenly it came on. And you're like, let's do this.
Here's the
Let's
thing.
get up and I'm sure Rob has probably done that before.
I felt the same compulsion that you did. I didn't want to blow my shoes out like I did in Charleston a couple years ago.
There you go. Look at that. You danced all night.
I boogied hard, baby.
See,
I'll boogie
Rob,
it hard.
I think Rob is doubting, like he doesn't believe.
No. Time out. As a lover of music and somebody who for 17 years has played in a band whose only job has been to create that emotion. And it is dramatically easier when people are like 4 to 8 Jägermeister shots deep than when they're sitting there getting a haircut. I know that feeling and know that feeling well. I am more just running through the image of Pappy's face when he's dancing his face off and then realize he's blown a tire. Like the recognition of that had to be just an all-time moment.
Here's the thing, though. The best part about it was I didn't realize I'd blow my shoes out until I got to the hotel.
Okay, if that story came from me, you'd be like, all right, Rob Brown, like you clearly were a handful of Coors Mountain Blue Light, like Blue Mountains deep. I need what? How did you what?
I don't know. I don't know how I didn't notice because I don't drink. So I
Right,
was
that's what
sober
I'm
the entire
saying. Like
time.
if it was me, you'd be like, Rob Brown knocked back a bottle of Jack, and you would probably be
Rob,
right.
Rob, you just talked about when you feel the music and you let go and you have no
Right,
inhibitions.
but he said he
you're not worried
got
about-
back to the hotel.
I was
Right.
very. I was.
I'm
very,
assuming you were not boogieing from Boogie Destination all the way back to the hotel.
correct. But here's the thing: I was very distracted while I was boogieing.
Sure, but at some point you stopped the boogie before you then proceeded back to the hotel. At no point you were like, "Oh gosh, I've blown a tire here."
He oogied until he just couldn't boogie no more.
Great tune though.
Yes.
Great tune though.
Very, very good. There's nothing. I mean, so am I the only one who's ever done this? You look and go, wow, I'm just going to get up and dance right now
Oh.
because it would just shock everybody to death.
That's human, right? Like that's
Is
a
it, though?
human thing.
I
Yeah,
bet Matthew's never thought that.
I know.
Not really.
Okay,
No,
well,
at
it's
some point-
mostly human.
And as we can tell, I am too human.
Keegan says y'all just let anyone on the show. I'm contractually obligated
Why
to
would you
allow him
say
on the
that
show
about
twice a
Matthew?
year. Yeah.
I do receive a small stipend for my performance here.
Yeah, it's very small.
It's a pat on the back.
Rob should invest in Prestige Worldwide and get a boat. I don't know what that means, but he probably knows what it means.
Step Brothers, the movie, the Prestige Worldwide is the company that the two of them start, and they sing a song called Boats and Ladies of the Night is the name. Well, it's not called Boats and Ladies of the Night. It's the shorter name for Ladies of the Night.
Oh, okay.
Well, it
But
sounds like a very.
thank you for keeping it
thoughtful
PG.
ballad.
I appreciate it.
I mean, listen, I know where we are.
yeah, Odie's not here, so we can be PG.
Oh, wait,
We're
if he
doing
was here,
what?
I could say it.
No, actually,
Oh.
no, you couldn't, because it depends on what word you decide to use. But Ladies of the Night works perfectly.
Short, and it's what you call chaperone.
Oh, ho.
Yeah, okay, I can say it. They sing a song called Boats and Hoes.
Boats and yeah,
Yeah.
you can say host.
Okay,
Yeah.
We can.
I got him put.
Why did I get censored a couple weeks ago?
Garden tools. It's also context.
Oh,
Yes.
Wait, you
Con-
understand? I'm not talking about boats and garden tools,
No,
right?
no, I do understand
Oh, okay,
what
got
you're
it.
talking about. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I was making sure.
Yes. You know, they had hose back in my day too. I don't know if you knew that. I mean, they're not exclusive to just I mean,
They
your
called Lonzo
your
Gator.
demographic.
His name was Gator.
Yeah.
it's a timeless.
I
word.
didn't really expect that the Upstate Pulse conversation would be
Oh, come on.
about this today. but here
We've went places before that. It's just like,
We
yeah,
are very eclectic. We go from.
I'm getting a
discussing
stopover
genetics-
text. No, back in the day.
Anytime
so-
I tell Lonzo I'm coming to the show, the face usually drops a little bit. So
No, it does not. The concern would have been if Odie was here too. That's so I can I don't want to say contain, but I can tamp down some things. But when I'm surrounded, it makes it much more challenging. You may look outside right now and go, yeah, it's dark. The president again is saying he would like this to be permanent, one or the other. So which one do you want? Do you want daylight savings time? Or do you want the other one? If they actually do something amazing and pass a law that says this is it, we're not changing anymore, which one do you want? Do you want it like it is now, or do you want what we get in the winter?
no, I want it like it is now.
Yeah,
but I'm also I'm a night person, even though I'm contractually obligated to be a morning person now with the show
it's
being
still not. It's still night. I know we have this fight,
It's
but
not.
if it's dark outside, it's night.
It's not.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
all
it's
right.
still-
Well, then I want you to change the intro to our show to be the Rob Brown overnight show.
I'll do it.
I know you would. That's not the point. Point is, it's
sound-
morning.
It was sound award winning too.
Give me light outside until 8 p.m. I am a PM centric person. I would rather be in the sun.
All right, Keegan on the stream says more daylight, please. Yeah, I agree. So, but in the winter, you have less daylight because it's how it works.
Look,
Right.
I mean, so I mean,
want to
yeah.
soak up the sun. Don't
I
wanna
like
tell
how it is
anyone.
now because it gets light earlier, so it gets a little bit warmer earlier when I do my morning run. It's more comfortable.
Well, that's your fault for running.
braggart. I mean, it's
okay. I'm sorry that I care about my health.
yeah. We
Jeez.
all
I
care.
care about
we
it
all
too.
care
I just
about
don't
it. Yeah,
run to
yeah,
take care of it.
Yeah, it's metabolism and thickness of bones and
No,
stuff.
it's definitely the running. That's definitely the big part here. But I'm just saying, I would, as Patty once said, I'd rather be fat and happy than
agreed. He fights tonight, by the way.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. Hopefully,
And then we get another pizza press conference.
yeah. Hopefully he wins. Just so someone will be wrong. So text line is 800-905-0989. We're live on stream, Facebook, X, Twitch, and something else. I don't know. Well, yeah, YouTube. If you would like to comment, ever spontaneously danced? Ever? Now, listen, we used to do this thing back in the day, and it's going to really shock Rob and maybe Matthew. No, probably not Matthew. It's going to shock Rob. We would do this thing where
Called the Charleston.
no,
Oh.
that's before me. Thank you. But according to Bugs Bunny, it was born in South Carolina. I know that. So
Gosh. Because
What?
that's where Charleston is.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
I was just quoting Bugs Bunny. Yeah, I'm aware where Charleston. There's probably a Charleston and some other places too, because there's a Columbus everywhere. There's like a Franklin everywhere. There's
Why does Charleston have so many towns?
I don't know. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, we used to do this thing called spontaneous dance. So we would be driving through a parking lot or something, and just someone would crank the radio when they did, depending on who was driving. They would stop. We would all just jump out and dance. Didn't matter where we were. With I think my friend had a couple tens back in the day, which were compared to now. I mean, it was a big deal because there wasn't that many going on. And so we would just jump out and dance.
So you're a flash mob hipster.
There were no flash mobs then, and it was not a hipster. No.
No. What I'm saying is, you were flash mobbing before flash mobs were a thing. Ergo, you're a hipster is somebody who's like,
Drinks
I was
IPAs,
doing
wears flannel, goes to Trader Joe's, and Whole Foods.
A hipster is someone who claims that
wears
they were
colored
doing
glasses.
the cool thing now. Okay, now you're making it personal unnecessarily. Someone who does something cool before it came cool, and then you're like, I was doing that before it was cool. You're a flash mob hipster. You're right. I did not know that about you.
That's not.
I'm very proud of you for being a flash mob hipster.
You're trying to turn this. It's not going to work because we all know what a hipster is, and even though you're not dressed like one today,
chat, like there were 9 people that hit you in the chat with
Hipster
flash
is
mob. It's a flash mob.
Try to get ahead of trends.
No,
Right.
Flash mobs. Everybody would join in. It was just the 4 people in the car. That's not a flash mob. I mean, how many people do you need for it to be a mob?
Also,
A flash mob. I think you need at least 10 to be a mob.
It does need to be
Don't
a
you?
sizable amount.
I mean,
Also, if you're going to try and get ahead of a trend, you'd have to know about the trend.
or create the trend.
No, I think if you do
You're
a
trying to
thing,
predict what a trend is.
I don't even. Yeah, but also, I mean,
You know what?
I
They
think
were
you can
just some goofballs dancing
accidentally.
in the street.
Yeah.
You can accidentally do something that catches on later, and then be like, oh, like
Yeah,
there's a ton of
hipsters can do things that are just stupid and never
Right.
catch on, or they can also do things that absolutely catch on and become
It's
mainstream.
kind of like in music. You listen to this artist up and coming, and then you're like, oh, I'm the only guy that listens to this. And one day they win a Grammy, and you're like, I was listening to that guy before you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a hipster.
And no, Keegan, I was there when that happened, when they originally started putting cardboard down and breakdancing. I was there. My wrestling.
He was the first guy to do it.
No, I never did it, but I was our wrestling team did it everywhere.
You
we
wrestling on
went.
cardboard?
Yeah, no. We wrestled after the breakdancing, and we still won city championships because those guys were that good. I wasn't. They were. I was.
You won the dancing state championships? I'm so proud of you. That's awesome.
3 times when I was 12, and then I retired.
He really is a hipster.
All right, you are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of them Dark Carolinas.
Them, their Carolinas.
I needed a couple extra seconds. It worked.
No, I get it. I respect it.
I just want you to know that all the things that you are doing to me now, because I am occupied with the board that I don't know really well, I will visit upon you 1,000-fold come Monday.
What am I doing?
You guys are mobbing me.
What am I running from? The joke answer, the demons. The real answer, my cholesterol.
The joke and real answer is every responsibility.
Time to go get them texts together.
Me and my Buick.
My responsibilities is why I don't run sometimes, because I don't always have the time.
All right, the real reason, if you guys haven't figured it out by now, because he does the same thing on our show, he doesn't like me. So he has to get up and leave the room because he doesn't like me, and
I was going to say, I'm just going to go follow him.
Yeah,
to figure out
It's definitely not that he's just going to the bathroom.
he gets paid to be in the room with me, so he has to. But he doesn't like me.
Well, he definitely went to the bathroom, dude. Oh my gosh.
And then we all take a deep breath. All right, I take a deep breath.
What?
I mean, from all the action, all the fast-paced talking, all the thinking. I don't like to think.
We don't think on this show.
By the way, Rob's just trying to project. We all know he's the hipster in the room. There's no denying it. Even Matthew knows that Rob is a hipster.
I don't know what he's into or when he was into it, so I don't know.
Yeah, see, he knows. He doesn't. You saw the smile. We all saw it. If we got the hair flip
It's all
with
right, you're
it,
trying to be
it would've
evasive.
been, yeah, it's okay. It's all right. He's trying to defend your brother. We get it. Okay.
We understand. Familial.
We know you're bros. Okay.
Did you finally get it?
So I'm ready. Somebody sent an AI message, and I have to read that immediately.
Yep.
Semiconductors and memory cards will be excluded. Analysts say big tech firms are breathing a sigh of relief because consumers were apprehensive about huge price increases, especially from
All right. Is the girlfriend made out of waffles?
Did you ever play Red Light in the 70s?
It's an AI generated image.
You mean
It
like
doesn't matter.
Roxanne or Red Light, Green Light?
Or
I understand
like
what you're
what
saying.
is classically called, and I don't know if it's sensitive anymore.
If you listen
a
closely, you can
Chinese fire
hear my
drill,
blood boiling.
where you
when
stop at a red
AI
light.
That's
Everybody
generated
gets out and
image.
switches.
That's what we did.
Or-
We
or
danced. and then
God
we did
forbid.
Yeah,
that.
it's Chinese fire drill.
AI art is mentioned.
Except there was
don't
always
think he
this
was
one guy we
being
made sure he
serious
never
with
drove.
No, I know. I'm joking.
even if it
Don't do
meant
that
that
to
someone
me.
grabbed him so he couldn't get around there. It was unspoken. We just made sure we
Tuck in your
just
vitriol
you
in
know
your
none of us let
pile,
him
my
drive.
friend. Save it for somebody who needs it.
her allies telling Vanity Fair they don't think she was the problem last year and that she had the right message. Fox has told Harris might not decide whether to run for governor until the end of summer. But some
Don't be freaked out. Just don't eat waffles, and you'll be okay.
I don't like the fact that he just said, I'm freaked.
Yes.
Not I'm freaked out, but I'm just freaked. Was it because of the... No, never mind. I should stop.
By the way, you guys are saying that I'm freaking out over AI. I don't freak out over AI. I'm a voice in the wilderness. I've been telling you guys this for a really long time, for years even, about the coming takeover of the robots, and you don't want to listen to me. And that's fine. More people have heard the call and are talking about it on the air and elsewhere where people might actually listen.
You remember that movie?
The robots are
2012?
coming.
You watched 2012?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies
Remember
of all
Woody
time.
Harrelson in that
John
movie?
Cusack. Exactly.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
Woody
what he's
Harrelson's
referencing.
character, except
Right.
the world doesn't end. He's just a dude who yells it for years and years and years and years that the bad thing's coming, but it never does.
Yes, that's
At which point do we go, no, that guy's just weird?
listen. You'll know
Just
it's
because
real.
it hasn't come yet.
You
doesn't
will
mean
know
not
it's
gonna be
real
there.
and it's on the horizon when I start eating pickles. When that happens, it's over. Big old juicy pickle. You know I see it.
You know, I've never
right over
really
there.
seen you eat like whole pickles.
Oh, I used to have some in the nerd cave in there and eat them.
Oh.
It's because they have no calories to them, and you fool your self into believing that you ate something because
I
you're
should eat some
chewing.
pickles.
But here's the problem: the acid from the pickles eventually messes my stomach up. So
Information collector, the story keeps getting worse and worse as you go on. That's terrifying.
I work in radio. I don't have to watch the Black Mirror. Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse, affectionately known as the Nerd Hour. It used to be the third hour Nerd Hour until the suits took away our third hour, and that's fine. You know, that just means, as I was told, quality over quantity is usually what they say to you when they're taking something away. And I hear that a lot.
Are they wearing
I
clown suits?
don't know. No,
You said suits.
I just didn't want to say LexCorp, so I did, but we know it's him. If you would like to be a part of the show, I can't believe I'm umming. I'm blaming Rob on that. 800-905-0989. It's not strays when it's directed directly at you.
No, it just, how is that in any way my fault?
Because I'm nervous if someone of your stature, your status is slumming down here.
Okay, that makes sense.
On
then.
what is
Yep.
what has
Yep.
been
Nope, that makes
called my little show.
Yep, that makes sense.
Because we're scientifically illiterate.
But it's not really my little show because I'm the king of Saturday night. So there's that. So 24 out of the last 25 years, Saturday nights belong to Lonzo. There we
Well,
go.
except for that third hour.
Yeah, but that was the hour that I gave to other people,
Oh, okay.
and they just didn't.
I thought you
hold-
said they took it from you.
Yeah, they
The
took
term
it.
is
they-
But you just said you gave it to
you know, being a team player, okay, it overall it was taken, but it was taken from the other guys because they weren't good enough to hold up on that hour. It was like, listen, guys, first hour is yours, whatever you want to talk about, and then they took it. So there's that. Long live Moonslayer. If you know, you know. All right, a lot of things to get to this hour. We are going to talk about the latest episode of Dragon Ball Daima, Daredevil Born Again. The penultimate, the last episode of this season just
Penultimate.
aired. I know. Listen,
He's doing a bit.
yes, I am trying to. AI takeover.
I just thought he was generally
Flaccid stories.
How long have you been here?
Yeah, it's you got to pay attention. Video games and Nerd Roundtable. But first, I said but first.
That's my joke.
Who cut the cheese? Who cut the cheese?
Why you step on my
I
joke?
ask you, please, did
My
you
segue.
cut the cheese?
First.
I'm not adverse to learning. Tell me why my eyes are burning. Who cut the cheese?
I think I'm gonna hurl.
You!
And now, putrid, stupid, stinky stories with Flaccid Patrick.
Do not go in there.
And Seepage.
All right. So, yes, I could remove Patrick's name from Flaccid Stories with Patrick, but I'm not because I just would like to believe wherever he is, which is somewhere in town, somewhere, that he just is still tuning in.
Unless he's out of town.
Well, no, I don't. I think I saw on Facebook he's in town, so we're good. That he still listens and he's off conquering other worlds because he is realms, rather. He is King Flaccid. Nearly a ton of butter produced by Cabot Creamery. It's not really butter; it's peanut butter. I don't know why I say nearly a ton of peanut butter produced by Cabot Creamery is being voluntarily recalled due to potential fecal contamination. The recall announced on March 26 by parent company Agrimark Inc. affects Cabot's extra creamy premium peanut butter and spans 7 states in Northeast and South. The product in question is an 8-ounce package of sea salted extra creamy premium peanut butter sold as 2 4-ounce sticks. So
you can say it was pre-chocolated.
I don't know what you could say. Here's
They already put chocolate in the peanut butter then.
So, Rob Brown, if you were to open up one of these salted extra creamy premium butter 4-ounce sticks, would you be able to tell that it contains fecal matter?
Okay. The fun thing about everything is that if you do enough tests on it, including your favorite candies, you're going to find that it all has that in it. You ever heard the toothbrush thing? If your toothbrush is in the same bathroom as your pooping toilet, it's got fecal matter on your toothbrush.
Wait,
I
do you
thought
have
it
like
was extra
separate
southern there.
places for your so your toothbrush is in a separate room and
Yeah, we have our main bathroom where we have the shower and the toilet, and then we have our bedroom bathroom, which is where we do the toothbrushing
okay.
in the mornings.
All right, fancy.
Well, it
Yeah.
depends on how you have things.
2
separate.
bathrooms is
Like,
fancy?
You could have your master bathroom
The
where
fact
you'll
that
normally
you
have
thought of that.
very often have sinks and toilets in separate, like a door between them or something of that sort. But like if you use like a hall bathroom because you share a house with people, that's all one bathroom. That's all you got.
Yeah, I live in the woods. I don't care.
I'm not a germaphobe, but when I heard that, read that, and found out that was true, immediately I was like, yep, other sink.
So here's the thing about this. They don't say from whence the fecal matter came from. And I mean, how much of an amount would they have to go, oh no, yeah, we might want to recall that. Where did it come? I mean,
A disgruntled employee who
is
was constipated.
Bobby dropping trowel and just right into peanut butter? I mean, and he got caught or something? I
Think of
mean,
Bobby.
If I had to guess, it's probably where the peanuts were grown, because they probably harvested them with machinery, and then when they went back through, they started recognizing, oh, there was some infestation of animals that left droppings that probably got into our product from the previous batch. That would be my guess, at least.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bobby. Dropping trowel over there.
I mean,
Hey Bailey, watch this.
Gummit, Bobby, stop crapping in the peanut butter.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
it is airborne particles that cause this. My favorite thing, though, is that there is no FDA or government agency level at which they say this is the amount of acceptable fecal matter before we trigger a recall. They instead look at the things that fecal matter would carry, like
no poop
E. coli,
meter.
etc. Correct. There's no poop meter. There's no amount. If they
Gotta
test
have
it and they
poop
go,
meter.
there's poop in this, that's not a trigger for a recall. They would be looking for things like E. coli or salmonella, etc.
Also,
And that's what would trigger a recall.
Actual
what-
harmful contaminant.
What would be
Correct.
the metrics for poop in this case? Like, how would you measure it?
That's a wonderful question. I don't know the answer. And now
'Cause,
I will.
I mean, if it's by like volume of poop,
I would assume they
I
would
don't
do
think
it the way they do
surface
other
area.
things, which is like parts per million, right? Like they would go
Yeah.
the X parts per million of this is poop. And if it's like 2 parts per million, they'd be like, that's not enough poop. But if they go like 200 parts per million, that might be enough poop.
All right, I'm gonna go with smell. That's what I'm gonna go with. I mean, you guys, I just think that's that's
So
probably-
Alonso's going to
that's
start
probably too
sniffing
much.
his toothbrush.
That's probably too much. Yeah, I don't care. I get it. I am surrounded by people who wipe down everything as they should, and then if there's a crumb on the floor, they complain, and all that kind of
look,
stuff.
in life, you're surrounded by poop.
You are
Kind of crappy.
some rooms you're surrounded by it too. All right, let's see. We got enough time to throw in the latest episode of Dragon Ball Daima, in which the Namek, the ancient Namek, just said, "You know what? I made that. Let me just open that door."
Yeah. So y'all got to watch the episode where Goku falls for half of it.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
And
for
no one goes to catch it.
yeah, they just let him fall. First of all,
He's just falling for half the episode.
electrocuted by touching the shield of light, I think
Yeah.
that's what it's called, with his power pole, and he just gets frazzled.
Also, he had
They
enough
watch him
time
get
to let
frazzled,
go.
and there he is, just falling. Yeah.
Why didn't he let go of the power pole? It
Be-
wasn't instant.
Well, that's like an actual thing when you get electrocuted. Like, that's why people have to pry you away from an electric fence.
No, I agree with that, but you could see it coming up. It
Yes,
had to go a
because
great
of the-
distance.
No,
He could,
yeah.
it's,
Immense
but it's Goku.
distance.
Of course, he's going to think that's not going to hurt me.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, and he's right, and his
He's
hair
like,
still looks the same.
And I completely understand Vegeta not catching him. Piccolo, I thought, might have went to go grab him.
Or even Supreme Kai. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
everyone there can fly except for Bulma.
The
Someone
Supreme
could have
Kai
went
is
and got him.
Supreme Kai is thinking of the one time Goku threatened to kill him, and he's like, you know what? Not this time.
And the elite crew, who just look a lot like some other elite crew, but they enjoy their snacks. I forget the name of the elite crew. That's the reason why.
They're gonna die.
Yeah,
this
they
episode.
are. But they were really nice to the booze. They bought the booze.
I'm nice
Some
to
chocolate.
booze.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we
That's
do
why
love-
you're looking
we
at your
love-
watch going
Ku and
45
Du
minutes.
are-
Yeah,
Ku and Du are absolutely the best new characters in Daima.
not what I expected. And
Yes,
yeah,
they're
I'm
so
really-
good. They're just good boys. We love them.
Yes, we do. All right, really quick, Rob, we're going to talk Daredevil. You want to leave the room?
No, I do not want to leave the
Did you
room.
get caught up?
Oh, wait, you're talking the next episodes?
Yes. It's only going to be for a minute.
That's okay.
So,
I'll be
yeah.
outside. Yell if you need me.
Okay. All right.
Thank you for the spoiler alert.
Okay. All right. So thanks for paying attention. All right. So Daredevil, Born Again, latest episode was pretty good. From what I understand, they had 2 showrunners. I've been watching a lot of things, and the first showrunner did like 6 episodes,
It
and
was 2 through 7.
yeah, and D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox were unhappy with the direction, so they fired those guys and brought in the guy who did Punisher, and he redid a bunch of things, including episode 1, added the Foggy stuff, added the Punisher cameo, I believe, and I guess you can tell the difference. This episode was really good, though. It for sure was good. We're watching, and Cameron's like, he just loosened his tooth, talking about Bullseye, and I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, you're right. That is exactly what he just did.
I literally just sat there and was like, oh no.
And he like took a guy out with his loose tooth, and then he got loose, and he went. And still, the parallels between Wilson Fisk and Daredevil are amazing. What they're doing, I really love this, and the fact that it was foreshadowed what Daredevil was going to do, what Matt Murdock was going to do.
I thought good men defended their worst enemies. That's
Yes.
what Bullseye said to Matt, and then Matt ends up.
Yeah, it was a good line, and then he gets shot also. And we also find out that Vanessa called for the hit, not Fisk. And lots of little stories going on around this thing, and I'm really enjoying what they're doing. I would ask for texts and messages on this, but Rob's gonna have to come back in the room eventually. And
I will say, just to tackle Keegan's comment real quick, Keegan was saying, "Am I the only one who wishes Muse would have stayed longer? They could have kept him going all season. He was so good." I agree, and they could have actually had him have his superpowers and stuff, and keep him as this threat that pops up on occasion.
Well, here's the reason why, and I think we know the reason why, as what I mentioned before, has to do with showrunners. And so the direction the show was going, they changed that to a degree, but they couldn't change it entirely. And just because he's dead, it's Marvel. I mean,
true, he could come back.
He could definitely
actually have his powers and be.
But they have kept us grounded without supernatural stuff to a degree. I mean, there's a blind guy walking around beating people up, but still, I mean, to a degree, they've kept superpowers out of it. Looking forward to the final episode, and they've already been filming season 2. And maybe we find out how Foggy faked his death. Maybe. I don't know.
If he did indeed do that.
Come on, he did it. All right, you listen to the Upstate Pulse right here
on
News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. Yeah, it's like the King's Test or information collector. That's what you do. I used to be that guy for Russ back in the day. I had to open his mail in case it was poisoned. And he also, so if any of you ever brought him food, I had to taste it first.
Did you actually do that?
Yeah, I didn't care. Yeah, I didn't
care.
Yeah, it was pretty dumb, but I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have been happy.
I would think there would be. I hope there have been a lot of people that would have been unhappy. The weirdest thing is when, during the whole ricin scare, when we got an envelope full of powder, and it's like, oh crap! And I opened that, and then it turned out that a listener had visited the beaches of Normandy and got some of the sand and sent it to him.
Collector, I'm pretty sure there's a flickering light outside.
There is a Home Depot on Wade Hampton the other day. I was driving by it, and their sign was flickering, and half of the lights in their parking lot were flickering, so it looked like a horror movie. It was awesome.
Did you drive in just to see
Nope.
what was going on?
Drove right past it.
Okay.
He's just standing there menacingly. At least expected Matthew to say something.
What?
I made SpongeBob.
What?
It's okay.
I didn't hear what you said.
So here's a story, Lonzo. Joey B is at the Masters. He got a pass to go to today.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they apparently, new members of Augusta National have to work as greeters at the tournament. So he met Eli Manning, new member of Augusta National, who had to greet him and walk him around the one of the buildings today.
Wow.
Was he cheery?
Eli?
Yeah.
Said he was a super nice guy.
Oh, okay.
He said he met Eli, Annika Sorenstam, Lynn Swan, and a couple of others.
I think I'd rather meet Annika. I wonder.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Legend.
she's older now, but you know.
Who's Annika?
One of the greatest female tennis players of all time.
Okay, that's why.
She was
Lynn Swan too. Lynn Swan, all-time great USC wide receiver and Pro Football Hall of Fame. Pittsburgh Steeler wide receiver.
Yeah, I just know that he was on Bobby Boucher, Waterboy. He was on Waterboy. Do we have just like 3 California Psychics
I think we
commercials
need
in a row?
like a 4th one in there.
No, I'm not doing that. We have 4 people. We don't need to fill time.
Has Rob heard that?
Yes.
Okay.
He's like in there when I put that stuff together.
Oh, okay.
Usually.
Okay, that makes sense.
Sometimes I even let him hear it.
Ah.
Just because he's in there doesn't mean he's listening. He's actually
That
listening
was
now
kind
because
of
he
good.
snickered. But I mean, yeah.
The Hornets now have the highest lottery odds to end up with Cooper Flag at 14%.
Well, according to LeBron, you know, that fits right in there. Where's he from? Where does he play? All right, as the little Rontos do their chant, we could talk some video games. A new game just dropped on Xbox Game Pass, and it's called South of Midnight. And I'm guessing one of us didn't play it.
He's talking to and about me, and you are correct. But the minute that we are done here, I am getting in the car to go home, and it is what I will be doing this evening, and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, there's a way that we can monitor that. But anyway, dude, you don't have to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and say this though, because you're sitting here.
Yep.
I wanted you to play this game because it's based. It's there's voodoo, there's Cajun, there's all this stuff. And as far as the dialect and some of the things they say, I was curious about the authenticity from someone who's actually from the place.
I've watched the trailer a number of times, and historically speaking, when people make movies about New Orleans, the accent's all wrong, right? Like they usually do that kind of slow Southern drawl, and that's more Charleston than it is New Orleans. New Orleans is if you don't know it, you can almost confuse a New Orleans accent with like a New York accent. Like it's a lot choppier, it's a lot slower. I watched the trailer, and I will say, based on what I've seen, like the big catfish, and I don't know what the backstory is to all this, but the catfish that talks has a lot more classic back Cajun Creole kind of hybrid accent. The rest of them are kind of like almost that traditional Hollywood got it wrong kind of New Orleans. But again, it's not a New Orleans game, for what I understand. It's more like backwoods Creole Cajun.
Yes.
So, I'm excited to play it. I'm one of those people that like anything connected to backwoods Louisiana, I'm obviously all in on immediately because I'm just a walking, talking stereotype. But the catfish, it sounds like they got it pretty good.
All right. So if you are looking to, Cameron and I will review the game without too many spoilers. If you're looking to play an interesting game on Game Pass, I mean, this is a day one drop on Game Pass. It's a mix of story, of platforming, and of fighting. It's a mix of all, and puzzle solving. So it's kind of like the old it's kind of like Jack and Daxter, that kind of style of like back in the day, except more adult. I mean, the language is very adult.
I mean, did you play the later Jack and Daxter
yeah,
game?
but this,
I didn't.
yeah,
Actually,
but this
I
this is even more so than that. So
Okay.
The main character, I didn't think I liked her at first, but she starts to grow on you, and her reactions to everything going on around her is like, yeah, that's probably what a lot of people would think, having to deal with that. Although she adapts a lot quicker. And here's the thing, there doesn't seem to be any good guys in this. I mean, even the people on the surface who seem like they're good, they have backstories that are not. And there's a lot of things that you can find that you can read. And I've been playing like what Chris Evans would play. Chris, old school Upstate Pulse host, who reads everything when you play a game with him. Rob would be completely angry if you ever played a game with Chris.
He would.
Yes.
They're the polar opposites.
Yes. Like, Chris, where are you?
Also,
I'm reading. It's like, we're dying
hang
here.
on, time out. Oh, in combat. Yeah, okay, that's
we're
one
dying
thing.
here. And Chris was like, they took the time to write it. I need to take the time to read it. That's fine after we kill everything.
read it after the monsters are dead.
I will. Okay, in combat's a different story. I'm absolutely the dude. My wife is driven crazy whenever we go on vacation because both in real life and video games, if there is something to read, I am reading it. I will pull over on the side of.
Oh, no.
Well.
Can you add one more of those for me, please? One more well on that, Matthew, please.
Well.
Thank you. I feel so much better.
Seem to find
I caught my first noob in Upstate Pulse history tonight, and then Lonzo matched me, so I feel better about my life.
What in the gaslighting are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. Read the signs, you'll learn things. That was the point. That was it. And then Lonzo decided to just make my night.
Oh, there it is. All right, I was having trouble finding it. Bro, you just noobed. Noober. Big time noober. All right, so I'm not anywhere. Of course, immediately a text from Odie. Never gonna break your record, dude.
Well, back
Never
to sleep.
break your record.
What's the record?
6.
Oof.
I thought it was more than I thought.
What
it was
a
7 or
day.
8.
No, I don't think it was an octa. I think it was a sexta. Why did we get quiet?
Yeah, I
Because
was
somebody sexed the noob?
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about. Did you say sextet?
No, I said somebody sexed the noob.
Okay. Chris says, I'm hanging back from BG3 Act 3 until my friends catch up. We are playing in multiplayer as well. Well, guess what? They just dropped the news today when the next patch and final patch is dropping with crossplay. And what was the date, Cameron?
It'll be the 15th.
So right around the corner, you're going to be able to play with other people who are not on the same. So anyway, South of Midnight, I would suggest playing it. If I bought it, I would not be disappointed. So, but here's the thing. If I did buy it, did I really buy it? And here's the reason why I'm asking this question. Ubisoft, whatever you want to call them, says that
If they're Lonzo, they're newbie soft.
Yeah, that's funny. They say that you don't own that game. So when Rob Brown goes out and buys a physical copy of the game, Rob Brown does not own that game. According to Ubisoft, you're just renting it.
Yeah, but I mean, aren't we kind of almost there with everything at this point? Like everything is a subscription model now. There are who is it?
Your house is not really your house.
Well, yeah,
your property's not really your property.
Not everything, but
your
like
car is not really your car. Well,
so for right now, one of the
paid
things that's driving me nuts is I'm not going to mention the name of the company, but a traditionally American car company has on the dash video thing now where you like put the GPS screen and all that. When you stop at red lights now, they were implementing a technology where when you stop at a red light, the car recognizes that and it starts playing advertisements on that screen. And in order to not have it play advertisements, you have to pay a monthly subscription service to this car company.
I think I've heard about this.
Yeah. I'll tell you what company it is, but I'm not going to say it. It's a classic American company, though.
I know exactly.
Does it rhyme with heavy?
No,
Okay.
it rhymes with beep, beep. And in order to, so like that's part of the reason that this company's profit margins are falling off a cliff right now, despite being a company that is predominantly making their vehicles in America. But we're kind of at that point now. I thought about it. So I bought my new Xbox S finally. I got the terabyte storage digital version only. And I made the recognition that theoretically speaking, they could delete every one of those games off my hard drive if they wanted to. And there's not anything I could do about it. Like we are moving in life towards there's a printer now that in order to load a new printer cartridge in, you have to pay a monthly subscription fee to the company you buy the printer from to be able to continue to use it.
Yep. People were talking about online when that happened.
Yep. I hope at some point that we collectively hit the laissez-faire point where we go, that's it, and we stop doing this subscription model. The problem is it's infecting everything to the
It's
point that
so
you may not be able to buy
insanely
anything
profitable.
to do it. Exactly.
Yeah.
So how many people, including the people in this room, when you bought a game, thought, "Okay, I just bought this game"? Because really, you're just buying. You're buying a chance. You're renting the license, is what you're doing, and so they're saying, "Okay, you paid us this money." It's like going to Blockbuster. You think uh, that you bought the movie, but you didn't. You think that you bought the game, you didn't buy the game. The game is you're renting the game, even though you basically put down a fee, a lifetime rental, unless they decide it's not a lifetime rental.
That's just what Ubisoft is saying. And you can kind of say that it's kind of in a middle ground. You own if you buy a physical copy, you own that physical thing. What you do not own are the distribution rights. So you can't do something like distribute, like make copies and distribute that from your physical copy that you own, but you do own that physical disc or cartridge or etc.
All right. At the end of last year, 2 gamers took Ubisoft to court, stating they had been under the impression they were paying to own and possess the video game, The Crew, instead of paying for limited license to use the Crew. So imagine you buy a pinball machine and years later you enter your den to go play it, only to discover that all the paddles are missing, the pinball and bumpers are gone, and the monitor that probably displayed your unassailable high score is removed. The initial lawsuit read. So they took them to court, and let's see, it's Consumer Legal Remedies Act, as well as common law fraud and breach of warranty claims. They also suggest Ubisoft broke California state law around gift cards, which are not allowed to expire. So there's pending litigation about this. It's not going to amount to them saying you own the game. There's just no way they're going to do that.
This is a super common corporate strategy where when you know that something is going to be litigated, it's kind of like the concept of negotiation. You start as far away from what you think the middle ground is going to be so that you can pull the middle ground to you. So
Yep.
Ubisoft is going to do everything in their power to say, you can buy it, but you don't own a daggum thing. All your games belong to us. It stays with us, blah, blah, blah. Because they know at some point a judge is going to step in, start enacting consumer rights and pulling reality back towards. So just like negotiations, you know you're going to sell a thing for $5. You try to sell it at first at $1,000 so that you can turn that $5 up to $14, whatever. It's just the litigation strategy. You're still going to end up owning your games. Ubisoft is just trying to keep as much of it under their control as they can.
All the more reason to go with a subscription service where you don't feel like you're owning the game, like Game Pass. You're paying to play the games.
Oh, that's great.
Eventually,
some company. My only problem is I still got to pay $80 for a new game, and now you're going to call this. Like, if you let me rent games for $10 a month until I was done with it, I'd play so much more games.
That's what Game Pass is for. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD. Xbox, you can pay me. The voice of the Carolinas.
Industry plant.
Here's the thing. Unfortunately, I mean, you can buy hard copies of a game, and a lot of the games now you still have to be online because they've updated the game or something, and it won't play without you being online to update it.
Yeah, but that's the natural default for games getting as big as they are, right? Like I have the 1 terabyte Xbox, and I went to put South of Midnight on it the other night, and it was like you have to clear some space. I was like, I have a 1 terabyte Xbox and I have 6 games on it. But then I went and looked, and like I have Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Warzone on there.
They're all like
almost 200 gigabytes by itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have that. I have Grand Theft Auto 5. That's 121
What's up, Phil?
gigs. I have Rocket League. That's like 94 gigs. Like, these games are absolutely enormous, and to be able to keep them working, you have to be able to update them. And of course, every time you do, you add more memory to them. So I'm at the point now where like this is the part that stinks. I have like my 4 staple games on there.
One way to clear out some of that space is to actually delete them and re-download, because updating through patches is going to take up more space than just having a fresh install.
So that's what I figured out. So I have been doing that, but even with that, like Warzone is still like 180 some odd gigs even that way. So now it's at the point, it's going to get to the point. I keep Warzone on there. I keep Rocket League. I keep Rivals on there. Those are the 3 I'm playing through hard right now. And then I've got whatever games I'm playing circled in. But like, it's going to get to the point where if I want to play games with the boys, I'm going to have to plan it out like 2 days so I can give myself time to like delete what I need and re-upload it from my library.
I've also heard from what I've noticed from what I've heard about file sizes is that like consoles, for some reason, like Xbox and PlayStation, the same games compared to PC are just like so horribly optimized as far as disk space for some reason. Because those same games on PC are no more than like 50, maybe 60 gigabytes.
Yeah. Oh, Baldur's Gate's the other one. Baldur's Gate's a huge file too.
Oh yeah.
And like that's not even with the patch that's coming. That's going to add probably like 20 gigs to it.
Yeah, I think Baldur's Gate on my PC is like 70, 75, 80 gigs, something like that right now. So
I haven't checked on the Xbox because I have it on both.
Yeah, it's pretty big. And I'm guessing all the cinematics that they're adding adds to that too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And because there's several different endings that they've added to whatever your playthrough is for whatever character. So and with I don't know them adding the new classes if they'll add more stuff with that too. Probably not.
Well, there's a decent amount of spells that are coming in. Also, Rob, have you played? Have you gotten far into Baldur's Gate 3 yet?
No, I'm still running around in the Druid Grove at the beginning. Because I love D&D. I do not love having to manage an entire party by myself. And it's to the point that it's put me off of the game to some degree. Like,
I guess I can kind of get that, but I'm also a guy who's grown up playing a ton of JRPGs, so I'm used to that kind of stuff.
Too.
I'm not. I was all Madden and FIFA when I was growing up. So like, it wasn't until I was in my early 30s before I really started. I didn't even really start playing D&D until I was like 32 or 33. Like, it's only been a handful of years.
Oh wow.
So playing D&D is fun. Like when patch 8 drops and you can party up cross platform, I've already got like 2 different parties of people that I'm going to play with and have a different character in both. And that's fun because now I only need to worry about me, my spells, my inventory. I leveled up after I left the first Druid Cave. And it's like, I have to choose the spells and upgrades for 8 characters? No, that's too much to try to keep track of.
Oh yeah.
I also hate crafting in games for what it's worth.
Oh, you don't have to craft in Baldur's
Gate. I hate crafting.
All right, time to hit the round table. The first thing that I want to talk about is something that Rob can speak to because he has been to all of the Disney stuff, not the newest stuff, but still those kind of things. So he understands celebrations like the one that I'm about to talk about. Star Wars Celebration will sell you Admiral Akbar's octopus balls. And I'm sure that Rob will be one of the first ones that goes and buys the octopus balls because I'm guessing that they're tasty.
First off, octopus is delightful.
Let's see. For OG fans, you've got It's a Trap, Tekiyaki, which is octopus balls, Wookiee yakisobe noodles, and Light and Dark onigiri balls. Prequel lovers can get the Forbidden Love onigiri balls, Jar Jar Min noodles, or drinks inspired by Obi-Wan, Mace Windu, and Yoda. Sequel heads can similarly sip on some Rey and Kylo Ren themed soda and iced coffee, which makes sense. But they don't get much in the way of food. Finally, there's the in-between treats like chicken for Grogu, droids printed on Manaki wafers. I don't know what those are. And Warabi Mochi, inspired by everyone's favorite Sandy place, Tatooine. You can see the full menu below, which we can't because we're on the radio. For like $5.50 or $8. It's pretty cheap, actually. So, Rob, you can get your Admiral Akbar octopus paws for $8.25.
First off, what was the one in the middle? Forbidden Lover?
Forbidden Love.
Forbidden Love.
The Forbidden Love balls is what
onigiri balls.
So I can get Forbidden Love
That's
balls.
rice balls, by the way.
But that's
I don't know why they're calling them onigiri balls. That's
because the onigiri is
it's just onigiri.
Well, you can't make it into a ball.
Onigiri already includes the
it's
full
already-
context.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, have I had that before? I don't know. Probably.
It's just a rice ball.
Have
Yeah,
you
I've-
had Forbidden Love balls?
I've had rice balls before, but probably not forbidden love balls.
For the record, I'm in for all of this, and next year the wife is doing a work trip for a week at Disney World, and in Orlando, and she told me that I could tag along and just spend my entire week at Disney. I'm going to live in Star Wars land for like 3 days. It's all I'm looking forward to in 2026 at this
So you're
point.
not going to Hogwarts or the new horror place?
I actually am, because, and we looked at those the new Epic Universe, what is it called, Dark Universe, which is a subsection to the theme park that is just based on the classic movie monsters: Dracula, werewolf, Phantom of the Opera, yada yada yada. And I'm not a horror guy. I am so excited to go there for that.
So should I, as was an octogenarian? I think that's what I might be.
No, you're not in your 80s yet.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you.
So as an octogenarian, if I were to take my much younger wife, who is not an octogenarian, 30 something, I think, if I was to take her with me to Disney and not take our children, should we feel guilty?
Why the hell are you looking at me? He's right there.
Who?
Oh, okay.
Who, your brother Matthew?
Yes, my brother Matthew.
Brother Matthew.
So I would say, if theoretically you had a kid who was like a big nerd and loved Star Wars and all things nerdy, including, by the way, there's an entire Super Mario Brothers world, Nintendo world down there now. If you had a kid who was like hypothetically very nerdy, loved video games,
we're not taking
whatever.
Matthew with us.
Right.
No,
Again,
like a Matthew thing.
Again, hypothetically speaking, if you hypothetically had like a son who loved video games, big nerd, whatever, and you didn't take them, yeah, you should feel like a terrible father.
Or let's say maybe like you have a 6-year-old granddaughter.
Well, let's look at the prices of the tickets before we start calling people terrible fathers.
Yes,
buddy, it ain't no joke.
There
It ain't no joke.
is a reason why we haven't been before.
Yeah, I don't have kids so that I can afford to buy tickets to go see
There
Star
you
Wars
go.
Land.
I was about to say, if I was the hypothetical son in this case, I would be happy for my father and mother to actually go.
Well, that's because you're hypothetically a good son.
Hypothetically,
Yeah,
Yes.
hypothetically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all
Just like
these
hypothetically,
hypotheticals.
Chris pointed this out earlier on the stream. He was just like, I really like Rob Brown on the Upstate Pulse. He's like the Guy Gardner of the Justice League.
You might be due for
That feels really nice. I like that.
You might be due for a fresh cut.
Worst
you might,
possible
You
way.
might want to try the bowl cut.
Let's get the bowl cut right.
I'm guessing that you rocked the bowl cut as a youth.
You guessed exactly correctly.
'Cause so did he. So
I'm Mo.
Did you go? Did you go straight middle part, or was it like fall, like no part?
It was fall, no part.
Yeah, I had the straight butt cut / bowl cut.
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah, it was rough, dude. It was rough.
I was about to say,
That was the gap in the teeth years. Elementary school was not kind to Rob Brown.
I was Gohan from the Namek saga.
yes,
Ooh.
for sure.
I've basically had the same hairstyle since I was in like middle school. It was just at different lengths.
Well, it's because our parents were weird like that.
All right,
Yeah.
I had a legitimate bowl cut with the bowl on the head and mom cutting my hair.
Oh, you actually had a
Yeah, and
cut by bowl cut.
here's the problem though. I kept moving, so big old gaps on the front. So a lot of my school pictures, big old gaps on the
So
front.
the long hair now is compensation for your childhood.
Well, no, it's a rail against stereotypes,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's also a family thing. I can show you pictures of all my uncles who are like in their 80s, and they all have long hair. Some of them have the braids and stuff, and none of them are in a biker gang that I'm aware of. Doesn't mean they're not. I'm just
Maybe
saying.
secret biker gangs.
Well, no, I think most of them used to be deputy sheriffs. So, but you can still do that and actually be in a biker gang. I think.
Well, at least they're safe from Bob Marley.
For me, it's just a matter of, hey, you go to the one person for a haircut the first time, they do a good job, you like what they did, and then you go back to them every few months for 10 years straight and say, yeah, just the same thing.
Yeah, well, I go once a year, which we just went. By the way, Rob, can you tell me why Cameron didn't get taken by being coerced into buying beard oil or product. No, it was hair
I didn't
product.
get
It was hair product.
okay.
It was hair
product,
hair
not beard
product.
oil. Thank
Yeah,
you
yeah,
very
yeah.
much.
I feel like I need backstory to this.
Yeah, you're gonna have to set me up on the oop here.
Look, I am a very adventurous person. I will try anything.
Yeah, no,
once.
that's not the way to start this. It's
No, I
just
love
not.
this. Keep
No,
going.
No, your mom's probably listening.
Okay, look.
That's how you start it. Yes.
I don't have a great way to begin this, but I do.
I'm looking. I'm looking.
All right. So I had a discussion with the lady who was doing my hair, and she basically was starting to use this stuff, and she's like, "Do I have your permission to try this?" I was like, "Sure, go ahead. I want to see how it goes." So it's basically like a powder that adds more texture to my hair. She was explaining that to me because I have very fine hair. Like it does not stay.
Not. Oh, you're so fine, but like thin.
Oh no,
hair.
it's both.
Yeah. Okay.
I am downright sexy. Thank you very much.
You need a little more conviction. With
Yeah,
that,
you
need
gotta
to
have that
you need to
one.
listen to me and Rob and watch Matthew do the hair flip multiple times right there.
I just saw it out of my
yeah.
periphery.
I mean, you know.
But yeah, so I
once
just,
or twice a show is all this the people
I
can
was-
contain.
Is it my cue to do that too?
Yes.
Now? I can't do it because of the thing.
Yeah, because it's held
the
in,
thing in my hair.
It's held in place.
It's not the same.
Yeah, look, it doesn't. It doesn't
move.
move. It really doesn't move. Whoa.
Like if I needed to like lack any sort of aerodynamics, I can do that. But yeah, it's just like I wanted to like give it a shot. I might try it a few more times. The one thing I don't like is I usually like run my hand through my hair, and I just go like, ugh, I cringe because
Does it get stuck? Does your hair get
Yes.
Okay, okay.
My
I can
fingers
wait.
get
I can
stuck.
help. Okay. Sculpting clay. You take like just the tiniest little bit.
I hate this already.
Hang on. No. You won't. I promise. Sculpting clay, take the tiniest little bit, run it underwater on your hands, get it real palpable, and then you just go at the roots of it, right? Just rub it in the roots. Because what it does is it holds the roots up so you have some texture, but the top of your hair still stays fluffy and light, so you can still run your hands through it like normal, but it'll still give you that pop up top that you're looking for.
That was
Help me help you.
Cosmetology with Rob Brown.
Help me help you.
No, here's the thing. You know, he sells stuff for a living on the air. I mean,
I do.
don't
This
listen
is
to
what
this
I
guy.
do when I come in the.
Dadgum snake oil salesman.
I am in
will
the
not
show.
Put dirt in my hair.
I am in our studio at 5:45 a.m. with perfectly coiffed hair every day. You think that's an
Did you
accident?
say coiffed again? Just
Perfectly coiffed.
Yeah, there's
Not
a
regularly
difference.
coiffed.
Yeah,
Perfectly
yeah.
coiffed.
I got radar.
somehow
Yes.
going like New Yorker with that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. You know what we need to do?
Do you want to be coiffed or not coiffed?
About it.
All right, you're
I'd rather you
listening.
not coiff me.
You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of Carolinas. Well, I mean, unless you thought there was consent.
I was about to say, I said sure.
Yeah, he nodded his head.
Very few people can force me to do anything. So
Texture says my beard is about 10 inches long. Okay.
10?
I use beard oil in my beard.
by the way, I'm not knocking anybody who does it.
I think
I've never been that guy.
I think it's
Listen, I'm not a powder guy. I tried the powder for a while.
What happened there?
I'm not a powder guy.
I'm used to it. It's
Yeah, I
nice.
drop stuff a lot.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you get the sculpting clay and you use like a bead, not even like a marble, like a bead, you put it on your fingertips, you put it under water, you rub it in to the point that it's almost translucent. Take it and you just do this with it, so it just hits the roots of your hair. You will end up where the roots pop, so your wave up front will stand up, but the top of your hair will still be soft because there's nothing in it, and then you can still do the whole thing. And then as soon as you're done, it'll go right back where you want it. I'm telling you, it works. I do it every time I don't wear a hat.
No, it's not Val Kilmer hair, Chris. I think he's getting gangster hair. It's more like the Pulp Fiction. I didn't see it, but I did see
he's getting
the
Travolta
I did,
hair.
he's getting the Travolta hair. He definitely is.
No, I'm going for Tom Cruise Last Samurai hair down the line.
So a Japanese mullet.
Yeah, Lisa wants hair tips from you apparently. So
I got you, Miss Lisa.
So she's texting me about
I'm ready to roll.
Hey, maybe if
I'm
you
sorry
give her
about all
enough
your hair
attention, you get
falling.
the Wonder Woman back.
Sorry about all your hair falling out, Chris. By the way, she's going to put that in Silver's new room.
Awesome.
Yeah, we are.
I just hit up with the what I like to call the classic white kid haircut number 3.
Number 3.
You're liking the character customization.
I was
screen?
gonna say your create a character generic haircut number 4.
Did you ever consider
Actually,
one or two?
Literally, every creative character has my hairstyle, but the other way around.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you have my part?
Because I swoop it to the left. Every character creator has the exact same hairstyle, but swoop to the right.
So I'm getting to this awkward spot where the hair is not heavy enough to weigh itself down, but it's too long to like do anything with it.
Yeah.
So I just kind of have to like get whatever body I can get up front, and then it just kind of falls down the side and it starts to curl at the ends. So not only is there a creator character haircut, it's like female generic haircut number 4.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
nothing I can do about it until it gets out to like here and weights itself.
I just love my hairstyle.
Odie, I hear
because it
you
requires
saying
zero
that
maintenance
word. That's what
whatsoever.
I hear. I hear you saying the word. I do. And it sounds dirty when you say it.
Absolutely. Also, it's nothing like getting quagmired from a distance. Probably shouldn't have said that. But
Yeah, because I didn't get it. So it's okay. Stop with the text thread. Just come to work. I mean, there's that.
also, Rob, are you familiar with Final Fantasy X?
I am unfortunately not familiar with any Final Fantasy games, and that is a me problem. I am aware. I've heard they're great.
Okay, I was just going to reference the part where Titus forcefully laughs, and that's what I was hearing based on your text. Which I didn't realize that the English voice actor for him is the guy who does Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars.
Who?
So in Marvel
English
Rivals-
dubbed Titus from
Come back.
Final Fantasy X.
Oh, okay.
Lightning can only strike twice so many times.
All right, W has spoken. That means we are in the final segment of this here 2-hour program. Well done. One of your good ones there, where we try to squeeze in as many possible, because there are some bad ones. I mean, that mic flag is fighting you.
That's like the third time.
Oh, they're heavy too.
I didn't even touch it.
Yeah, they're heavy. So whoever put them on originally, whoever that may be, we might be visiting. We will be visiting on Monday, I believe. On the inside, it's a little bent, and it causes them to fall off. So if you look,
you're right.
Yeah, it's just a little bent. So they were put on cockeyed.
Was that intentional?
No, it's just probably was. Didn't use the kind of care that was needed to
Well,
place them
I'm
on properly.
entering. I'm either going to fix it or break it mode.
Yeah,
so.
please don't break it. It may come out of your pay. I don't know. All right. The new Mission Impossible trailer has come out. He's dying. I mean, after watching this trailer, there is no way Ethan Hunt is going to live. But as long as the love interest still lives, I'm good.
I mean, I hope Haley Atwell makes it.
Yes, Haley Atwell. She needs to make it, which we know she's going to be in the next Avengers movie. Hopefully, she doesn't get cut in half by the Shield again, because
that was awesome.
Yeah, well, no, that was hurtful. I heard
It was a little rough.
The scene was awful.
No,
it was awesome.
I didn't care about everybody else dying. I mean,
No, John
but-
Krasinski getting spaghetti.
No, that was
kind of messed me a little.
that was good.
Jim Halpert taking that gruesome was great, but I'm gonna straight up tell you that version of Wanda Maximoff was chef's kiss.
Right,
House of
calm
Crazy
down,
Women.
She dead though. So speaking of which, Ethan Hunt going to die in this movie. I mean, there's just no. And I didn't see the length of the movie yet. It's the first one it's like 3 hours long, I think. So this one probably will be too. And he's getting too old. He's got to stop doing his own stunts. It embarrasses all the people who can't. So there's that. By the way, speaking of embarrassing, and I don't know, Rob may be down for this. I'm not. I don't know who this is for, but Marvel has put 8 hours of Wolverine breathing online. Just 8 hours of just Wolverine breathing. I mean, is that
Which Wolverine?
it's Hugh Jackman?
the only Wolverine.
Yeah. So it's not. I mean, is this what's that? ASMR.
ASMR.
Yeah,
ASMR, yeah.
Yeah. It's,
I mean, yes, and not only is it ASMR, but I'm pretty sure it's what my wife's going to be listening to fall asleep to from now on.
yeah,
And
that's
I can't be
disturbing.
mad at her. Hugh Jackman is a very handsome man.
He's gonna tuck you both.
I'm not gay, but
I just don't.
He's handsome. What do you want?
No. Here's the thing. Someone said, "Hey, bro, you know what we should do? 8 hours of Wolverine breathing." No, they won't let us do that.
Is it on YouTube?
I believe it's on YouTube. Yes.
I will bet you. When did this go? When did this get loaded?
It was a couple days ago. I
Okay,
believe.
I'm gonna bet you it's over 1 million views. Do you want to? Do you want to take a bet on that?
I just I don't. I guess I just don't get. You know why I don't like it? Because the most
This is
hated
gonna be in my
cut
search
for
history
me
now.
that you play on the Rob Brown Show,
Okay.
the award-winning Rob
That's
Brown
also
Show,
true.
is a breathing thing that just I have to pull my headphones off. So I can't imagine listening to 8 hours of that.
Well,
It
Did you know how
has.
many views it has? Yeah, I have it too.
As of right now, a measly 562,000 views and 28,000 upvotes.
Well, it hasn't been.
Let's
I
pump
don't.
those numbers up.
I don't think it's been out very long. We've now talked about it, so it's probably going
4
to double,
days.
maybe triple in size.
Yeah,
I think
and
I'm
this-
gonna start leaving that on people's computers.
This may shock you, Lonzo. That is slightly more than we have subscribed to the Rob Brown Show so far.
Just a little bit,
Yeah.
by the way.
Slightly.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Barely.
And almost as much as we have subscribed to this terrifying program, the Upstate Pulse. Peacemaker teaser also out. It's just a brief moment of Peacemaker, but it's enough. I am so looking forward to season 2 of Peacemaker, just to see the Rick Flag thing. That's how uncomfortable he's going to be knowing that the dad of the guy he killed is on the entire season. I don't know how much time they're going to actually spend together, but
Also, Rick Flag has been having a lot of L's lately.
he absolutely has.
Clayface and the Princess and all that.
Okay, I did finish, and Creature Commando is awesome. I loved it.
It was so sad at the end.
It was. she
Feel
did
so
all.
bad for
She
you.
did all that, and then she died. But she did they bring her back? I can't remember. It's been a while. It's been,
Who, Nina?
yeah.
No, she's dead. Dead.
Yeah, she
she's
cooked.
dead. Yeah. Okay.
Because like she was the only innocent person in that entire
Yeah.
team.
Yep.
Well, besides maybe Weasel.
Well, no, he's not. He killed on purpose. All right.
Well,
That is the exit music, the outro music, the whatever you want to call it. It's the end of the show. I want to thank everybody for listening, for all the comments on text and on stream. Sorry we didn't get to all your comments, but there's a lot of people in this room who really like to talk. And but we saw them. I read them. I absolutely did. Shout out to Rob Brown of the Rob Brown Show for coming on, doing his biannual visit. And
See y'all at Christmas.
yeah. No, not this
No,
Christmas.
not this Christmas. I'll see y'all at, I don't know. Is there a Thanksgiving extravaganza?
There is now.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to
Pappy's
Upstate
Turkey
Pulse.
Day!
Yes, Pappy's Turkey Day. We'll be back next week, maybe.
you, Pilgrim.
I don't know, possibly.
Oh, Pilgrim, because Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
should watch the Pappy version of True Grit.
All right, Matthew, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, Cameron, say bye-bye.
Bye now.
Rob, say whatever you want to say.
Whatever you want to say.
There we go. And I will say goodbye, good night, and we
Have
will.
a pleasant tomorrow.
Yeah, and check us out Monday morning, 6 a.m. on the Rob Brown Show on the Fan Upstate,
far as we know.
97.7, 97.1, or on streaming. Yeah, because we'll be doing that too, as far as we know. And
Something broke.
Watch out for rabid pigeons.
oh, great, he broke something.
Oh, it came off of my headphones.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
it's all right. He broke his own thing. All right, see ya.